What you now have to start doing is to start managing the plantation for the next 2.5 years to 3 years before it starts flowering. Okay? And for you to do that, there are quite a number of things you need to do. But under best management practices, we group this into 5 major practices. And the first one is what we call ground cover management. Ground cover management has to do with controlling weeds generally. You know, how to do your ring weeding, because you need to weed around each of the palm to protect them and avoid competition for nutrients. And apart from that, that's a ring that you maintain around each of the palm. That is where you apply your fertilizer if you want, and carry out all other maintenance activities. You can decide to plant cover crop for areas between each of the palm, because there's a wide space between one planting and the other, which is about 9 meters. When you ring weed about 1 meter here, you give about 1 meter, you still have about 7 meters in between. So you can decide to plant cover crops to suppress the weeds, like they do in Okomo and Co, because their fields are very big, you know, and they don't like people intruding. But at your level, if you know you can manage it, you can decide to plant all other crops that people plant around there within the farming systems there. You can plant them in between each of these palms. By so doing, you are controlling weeds, and at the same time, you are getting some income from the same farm while waiting for your palms to mature. That is what ground cover management is all about. Then the next best management practice we talk about is field access. You must have access to each of the palm. When I say have access, because especially when they are matured, you know, they have already formed canopy. I'm just giving an example. For every formed canopy and all that, you must have roots. You must create access to each of the palm. Because if you don't have access to each of the palm, you will not know when your palms, your fruits are ripe. And then the process of harvesting might be tedious because you have to start going through bushes. If you need to apply fertilizer, it becomes very difficult. So there must be what we call field access.